Hello everyone, it's the Historical Gamer once again, and today we're returning to Cold Waters and the new DLC, or actually I guess it's not DLC because it's not for sale, at least not yet. The new campaign pack for Cold Waters, which adds a war between the United States and China to this third-person submarine simulation game, in which a sort of hypothetical financial crisis in the early 2000s triggers a world war between the United States and China. We have successfully dropped U.S. SEALs on the beach of Hainan Island in our first mission, in our last video of this brand new campaign. If you do recall, we played several videos as a U.S. Seawolf class submarine. We got sunk, we got captured, we lost that campaign. So in our last video, we actually started a new series, a new campaign, as a commander of a U.S. Los Angeles class attack submarine, the backbone of the U.S. submarine fleet in the early 2000s. And so in our first video, we played one mission there. We successfully dropped U.S. SEALs on a beach in Hainan Island, and we were given the exact same order this time around, so we're in the process of doing that again. But with that being said, this was taken from a live stream from a few days ago, so I'm actually going to go ahead and step out and turn what you're already watching here in front of you back over to my live streamy self. Sit back, relax, and enjoy the show, guys, and I'll catch you at the end. All right, we'll swing in here. Not coming in quite as north-south as I wanted, but I don't really have the patience to wait till I'm directly over it. I don't think we can make gains against the Chinese in Yulon, because on the main campaign map, to me it seems there's generally a icon, like a tank icon, in areas where ground combat can kind of go one direction or the other. And there don't appear to be any ground units represented on the map for Hainan Island, which I believe is where Yulon is. Now, what I will say is that the Philippines has ground units, so I assume that means the Chinese theoretically could invade the Philippines. But, shit. I doubt he's that far out. We're getting a lot more sonar activity this time around. Alright, so we know the enemy has a Zhengwai class. At least one. Thanks for the bit, Mr. Scuttle Taco? God damn it. Gotta get above 50 feet to launch the damn things. I don't even know if I'd want to do that, even if I... Man, that's insane, because 45 feet, your conning tower is sticking out the... There's no way you have to be at that depth to fire a vertical launch tube on the Los Angeles. If memory serves me right, the BLS tubes in Fast Attack, which is kind of more of a milsim type thing, for the Los Angeles has them sailing at 150 feet, which I also think is where the boomers launch there, typically around there, 200, 150, 100, somewhere in there, where the boomers launch their ICBM or SLBMs. So, I don't know about that. Now, if the enemy's ship is moving in that way, presumably that would mean the minefield is not there, right? He's gonna have to turn. Where's Sierra 2? Alright. This is going to be a shooting war, folks. We are going to shoot these guys. A matter of when. I don't want to wait till there's torpedoes in the water against me. I also don't want to give my position away till I've at least dropped... Ideally, what I will do is I'll drop my... SEALs before I do anything. Yeah, that's a good point. We did drop seals, and they did blow some stuff up on the island, so presumably the Chinese are going to be more alert this time around. Now, I don't think that has any bearing. Really? That's way off to our flank. Not ahead. I mean, that's already behind us. That's where it was originally, though. It's same location. So we're going to keep flying through and just hope the minefield isn't around us. I don't see anything. Famous last words. Oh, shit. Definitely mines. Oh, God. That is a pretty damn solid ring of mines. Let's not go that way. Try and swing wide. God. Okay. So the loot is turning in toward us. That's concerning. Where's a gap in the minefield? Of course, he may just be following the same patrol path as before. Turning away. Does appear to be what he's doing. Let's see if they... can see all these mines all over here. Thank God they're not magnetic, because if they are, we're definitely close enough for the damn things to trigger. Had like a shock reaction over here. I thought me swinging the camera above water was one detonating or something. Yeah, they're in the same place as last time. I just don't remember the field being that thick last time. In any event, we made it through, I think. We'll turn in toward the objective here and drop our crew.
Con sonar lost contact. Sierra 1, last bearing 238. Contact faded.
Can we lure the enemy warships over their own mines? That would be intriguing. Of course, I don't want to be too close to those damn things if I decide I want to take evasive action. Alright, so we're in the zone. Spec op deployment. Come to a stop above 100 feet.
Con sonar lost contact. Sierra 2, last bearing 184. Contact passing 100 feet.
See, I didn't actually have to stop. SEAL team just left. In any event, we're going to leave combat. I don't want to try and fight there if I don't have to. So there were 4 enemy warships. We detected 2. They escaped. I wouldn't say they escaped. We just didn't bother trying to attack him. Well done. Again, we're going to get bomb the base. Military installations in and around Yulon, China have sustained extensive damage in what have been called a series of commando raids by U.S. Special Forces. With no signs of diminishing, these raids continue to hamper local Chinese operations. Questions have been raised, blah, blah, blah. Turn immediately to Guam to replenish stores. Alright, let's do that. Although, we want to try and fight? Let's try and fight. Let's get in a fight. Come on. Gotta be someone we can engage at slow speeds on our way home. Alright, so these are going to be enemy submarines. We only have 4 torpedoes. Alright. Probably should have engaged the surface task force. Contact faded.
Sonar new contact bearing
Alright, we've got depth below the keel, too. Well more than enough. 1,900 feet. Multiple enemy contacts. Hopefully there's only 4 and fewer than 4 and we can knock them all out. Jeez. Alright, let's see what these things are. I don't have a lot of weapons to shoot them with. That one looks like a Romeo.
Classified as submerged submarine. Con sonar Sierra 3
That may be a merchant.
classified as merchant.
I don't know if I buy that that's a whale. Does kind of line up that way, though.
Is classified as
Would we really come in with a whale and a merchant and a single enemy submarine? That seems unlikely. I mean, I don't care if we only have 4 torpedoes, guys. I don't want to go back to port and get stuck with another commando raid mission and not actually hurt the enemy fleet at all. Pretty certain on the Romeo. I hate to give away my position by attacking it with other contacts that may or may not actually be. All right, we're at 95% solution.
Shoot 2-1. Aye, sir. Con sonar launch transient.
Ah, fuck.
Sierra 1. Con torpedo room. No reloads available. Make
Turns for 10 knots.
0 knots.
Gonna try and turn away from these things.
Con maneuvering. Making turns for 1 0 knots.
Let's go deep, too. Or a layer?
Sonar
No.
noisemaker bearing 242.
Kind of gave the game away by need a little bit more speed.
Make turns for 15 knots. Maneuvering aye. Con maneuvering. Making turns for 15 knots. Passing 300 feet.
That one torpedo probably will.
Sonar lost
There we go.
contact. Sierra 1. Last bearing 2 4.
We're probably going to have to deal with at least one of these torpedoes. Appear to be on a hunting.
Con sonar. Torpedo in the water. Torpedo in the water. Bearing 2
That one.
4 3.
That one acquired in any event.
0 knots. Maneuvering aye. Passing 600 feet.
Noisemaker. Woo! Noisemaker got it effectively. Alright. Let's not die by going below crush depth, because this boat only has so much it can do. Get a little bit more speed.
Turns for 3 knots. Maneuvering
Let's level out here a bit. Now, the Los Angeles is not terribly maneuverable.
Con knuckle formed.
Hey, we formed a knuckle.
Passing 700 feet.
Not that I'm sure I know what that really does. Presumably it confuses an enemy torpedo. Alright.
Make turns for 20 knots. Maneuvering aye.
Not turn toward the damn thing. Formed another knuckle. Now I assume this enemy torpedo is...
Con maneuvering. Making turns for 20
Level out. So when you get depth, it's a lot easier to avoid these torpedoes. Not sure if this one's homing in on us or not. I think it's back in search mode. Kind of weaving back and forth. Weapons nearby, so we can't exit the combat area just quite yet. We got the sub. We got what we wanted. We just kind of have to wait for this, these enemy torpedoes to run out of fuel. He's still kind of hunting, but he's not chasing me with any sort of conviction. He's just kind of weaving. There he goes. Alright, so they both detonated because they ran out of fuel, so we'll go ahead and leave combat. The only enemy vessel in the area, a Romeo, engaged and sunk. Resume your actual mission immediately. Oh, come on, Sink Pack. You're not going to give me anything for that? No kudos or anything? I was on my way home. Alright. I don't know. We're playing whatever the standard difficulty is. I don't know if you can set the difficulty in this game. As we slide into port, you look at the frantic activity on the docks. You ponder upon the outcome of your patrol, the good sides and the bad. What will next time be like? We drew blood for the first time and dropped off our second SEAL team. Recon satellites overflights show large quantities of Russian weaponry loaded into Chinese freighters in the last 24 hours. Intel believes these ships will transit to Qingdao. The PLA must not be allowed to get these reinforcements. You are therefore to intercept and sink these freighters before they can make safe harbor. Be aware of commercial shipping. Visual identification advised. Really? Locate and sink the enemy freighters. Can I just sink everything? Doesn't tell me not to sink it. I mean, the tactical situation does, but the orders don't say don't sink friendly freighters. The Spratly Islands are invaded! The region theater expands as Chinese amphibious forces make landfall in the Spratlys. The political strain on the U.S. increases as the Chinese double down on their efforts to claim territory along the 9-dash line. The outcome of the dispute is still an open question, as both sides struggle to gain the initiative. Naval forces in the region strive for control in what appears as a constant back-and-forth, swinging battle between the surface, airborne, and submerged units. Alright, let's go ahead and rearm. Get mostly ad caps. We'll have 18 ad caps. Go with 4 mosses. For harpoons. Actually drop one. Go with 6 harpoons. Meanwhile, our VLSs are all tomahawks. 15 torpedoes should be sufficient. 4 mosses should also be sufficient. We'll keep the TASMs as our tomahawks in the tube because we don't have a mission to do otherwise. 14 hours in port, that's all it took. Maybe it's actually there's a tender there. Alright, what are the orders again? These ships will transit to Qingdao. Qingdao, I don't... You know what'd be nice is if there was a map button I could press that would show me the map while I was still in port and time was frozen. Exactly, J Street. That's my thought. Yeah, in any event, I don't have an options. Where are we going here? Qingdao, up here to the north. Good lord. Sure hope the that surface convoy I see up there is not my objective because I don't think I'm going to close in time. Well, maybe I'll get there in time. Just barely, perhaps. I have to kind of race in, though. That's the concern, is I'm going to give my position away because I'm moving at 20 knots. Thermal layer at 189, speed... Oh, we're at 600 feet? Really? All right. It does look like we've got a little bit of depth to work with. No, apparently we... said we were at 600 feet, but it says the floor is at 221. That's logical.
Sonar, new contact bearing 1, 2, 5.
Can we hope that these aren't escorted vessels? See what the signature is. Oh, that picture's clear as day. I can obviously see whatever the hell this thing is.
Sonar, Sierra 1.
So here's my challenge.
Merchant.
It's a merchant, right? But how do we know if it's a bad merchant or a good merchant? All right, well... Is that really my only contact at this point? Do we dare do it, folks? Do we dare go to periscope depth?
Make depth 4, 5, 8, dive high. Dive at 4, 5, 8, dive high.
Shit, I didn't realize I was... How do I look through the periscope again?
Torpedo room 2-1 ready.
Guy's turning into us. Is he trying to ram us? He's definitely trying to ram us. He's literally turning directly into us.
Sonar, new contact bearing 1, 0, 2, designated Sierra 2. Sonar, new contact bearing 2, 2, 8, designated Sierra 3.
Thank you for the cheer again. I mean, that's the challenge, is how do I make sure I'm not shooting the wrong merchant?
Sonar,
So that's another merchant.
classified as merchant.
Like,
Sonar, lost contact. Sierra 3, last bearing 2, 3, 3. Activated. Make depth 4, 5, 8, dive high.
how the hell am I supposed to tell if they're friendly or enemy? There's no enemy aircraft about. We at least know that. And I'm also tracking down a convoy, if we remember right. So... will radar tell me? I don't remember what button I pressed to look on. Oh.
Dive at 458, dive by.
It does have a Chinese flag on it, by all appearances. Oh god. Overseas container delivery. That looks like a sickle. Like a hammer and a sickle. Like, why the fuck can't I sink these guys?
Raise the ESM mast.
Echo 4. Do we raise the radar?
Mast. Con sonar master 4 is classified as submerged submarine.
How did we pick a submerged submarine up with radar? That makes sense.
Shoot 2-3. Aye, sir.
That literally makes no sense whatsoever that we picked up an enemy submarine via radar. Basically, ESM is like right at detection threshold. Here's the problem, though. I don't know what I'm allowed to sink. Game does a good job of making me uncertain on what to do. Where's the other one? That's a hammer and sickle, so is that maybe Vietnam? Isn't there one more guy out here? They all look like container ships. They don't look like they're carrying military cargo, as far as I can tell. Unless the kilo's on the surface, I don't quite understand. The kilo is on the surface. Why the fuck is he on the surface? And really, I picked up that tiny-ass silhouette? Let's turn, so if he fires down our bearing, he doesn't quite get as clear of a shot on us. You want me to sink them both, Newhouser? Well, you were involved in making this thing, weren't you? So, you would know best, I suppose. Must be charging his diesels.
Con sonar master 4 is cavitating.
Alright, he must have detected it. I don't even remember exactly how you tell it to go active again. It will when it gets to the end of that little track there. There you go. Alright. Enemy sub should be a goner. There's at least one more enemy, or one more craft of some sorts.
Con, fire control, weapon acquired.
Becca's like, oh shit! They got us! What do we do? Stay on the surface. Everybody quick get off the boat before the torpedo hits. Mark 48 chasing down Echo. Making 16 knots. Still kind of on the surface at periscope depth. That's got to be the only reason he can make 16 knots. This damn thing's not even trying to dive. Try and drop a noisemaker or no? You're just gonna die.
Con, sonar lost contact.
Alright, I guess you're just gonna die.
Last bearing. 4, contact breaking up.
Newhauser, it is coming from Russia, yes. I didn't see any Russian flags on any of the ships, though. One looked like a PRC flag, the other looked like a Vietnamese flag. You just sink both? Just to be sure.
Shoot 2-5. Aye, sir.
Alright. Fair enough, we'll use a Tomahawk against one. Sure, this was a mistake. I'm gonna be tried as a war criminal.
Con, sonar lost contact. Master 1, last bearing 288. Contact breaking up.
Can I shoot at it even though it can't acquire at that range?
Shoot 2-5. Aye, sir.
See if this thing can come down and engage quick enough. Looks like it.
Con,
There you go.
contact. Master 2, last bearing 309. Contact breaking up. Shoot 2-5. Aye,
Since we're at it, we might as well just shoot another one off and hope maybe there's something out that way.
rig ship for ultra quiet.
Alright. Come on, Tomahawk, find someone. Since we're just indiscriminately shooting things. Hit something. Seemed to hit something, unless it just ran out of fuel.
Shoot 2-5.
It would have been pretty quick for it to run out of fuel, though. What I don't understand is if I'm, on the surface, using my radar, am I not picking anything up? If there's no living witnesses, it doesn't count. Kind of reminded me the other day when I think it was the White Sox had a baseball game, And it was like 30 degrees out, so, you know, take that for what it is. But they had 940 paying fan, or 940 people actually went through the gates to attend the game. Like, if no one witnesses it, does the game actually happen? Well, that acquired someone. I think. Certainly changed directions like it acquired someone. It's hit multiple things. I don't want to just shoot another missile off and... why not?
2-5. Aye, sir.
Yeah, I don't actually believe that it's a thing. It's more likely I'm just shooting and my Tomahawks are running out of fuel or self-destructing real quick. Although it did definitely change course like it saw something. Probably wasting Tomahawks. Yeah, see, that just crashed into the sea. I think. Either that or we're like bombing an oil something or other. This reminds me of Fast Attack when you had to discriminate between civilian or not targets and you could actually be fired if you killed too many civilians.
Shoot 2-5. Aye, sir. Shoot 2-5. Aye, sir. Shoot 2. Con. Fire control. Unable to fire. Shoot 2-5. Aye, sir. Shoot 2-5. Aye, sir. Con. Torpedo room. VLS is empty.
So if I'm hitting something, there's no way it's taking like 8 Tomahawks, right?
Shoot 2-1.
Let's try a harpoon. What the hell are we hitting?
Con. Torpedo room. Tube 1 ready. Con. Torpedo room. Tube 3 ready. Shoot 2-1. Aye, sir. Shoot 2.
The hell am I hitting? I want to know. This is really dumb. I figured there's nothing in the game that takes that many hits. I'm just curious. Alright. So we killed a merchant. Here's the confusing thing. Apparently one of the merchants we were supposed to kill and the other we weren't. An enemy Romeo escaped as well. Congratulations on a job well done. Losing those supplies will hurt the enemy big time. Alright, everybody, that's going to do it for this video. We may have just committed war crimes, given that one of the merchants we sank was the one we were trying to, but the other was not. There doesn't appear to be any penalty thus far, at least not in the debrief, but we'll figure out how that all goes next time around. This was a little bit of a longer video, so I'll go ahead and jump in here. We successfully interdicted that transport of arms. We also successfully landed troops on another Chinese beach earlier in this video. So overall, a successful video for the commander, myself, of this USLA class boat, and hopefully we'll be able to keep the momentum going and continue that success in our next video. But until that next video, this is the Historical Gamer saying thank you for watching, and I'm out.